We hear it everywhere, the call to be authentic. It's a message that echoes through social media, self-help books, and even our daily conversations. Be yourself, we're told, as if it's the simplest thing in the world. It sounds liberating. Just show up as you are, be real, drop the act, let your guard down, and let the world see the true you. The idea is appealing, almost revolutionary in a world obsessed with appearances. But if it's so simple, why does it feel so hard? Why does the idea of being truly seen make our hearts race with anxiety? Why do we hesitate before sharing our real thoughts or feelings? We're told to be ourselves, yet constantly bombarded with images of who we should be. Every scroll, every ad, every influencer seems to whisper a different version of ideal into our ears. The pressure mounts, creating a quiet hum of anxiety. It's a tension that sits just beneath the surface, shaping how we present ourselves to the world. We scroll through feeds of curated moments and wonder if our messy reality measures up. The highlight reels of others become the yardstick by which we measure our own worth. The mandate for authenticity has become a performance. We try to look effortlessly real, but even that can feel like an act, another mask to wear. We're asked to be vulnerable, but not too vulnerable. Unique, but not too different. There's an invisible line we're afraid to cross, unsure of what's acceptable to share. It's a tightrope walk, and the fear of falling, of being judged, misunderstood, or not enough, is immense. The stakes feel high even in the smallest moments. So we craft our personas, sanding down rough edges and highlighting what we think the world wants to see. We become experts at self-editing, always aware of the invisible audience. We post the smiling photo, but not the argument before it. We share the wins, but rarely the doubts or the disappointments. Share the success, but hide the sleepless nights. We want to be seen, but only in the best possible light. This curation is exhausting and takes a toll. The more we filter, the more distant we feel from our own lives. The effort to keep up appearances can leave us feeling drained, as if we're living two lives, the one we show and the one we hide. We become editors of our own stories, cutting out the chapters we deem unworthy. The parts that don't fit the narrative are quietly erased. The emotional cost is real: burnout, anxiety, loneliness. The more we hide, the more isolated we become, even in a crowd. Surrounded by people, likes, and followers, we still feel unseen. The applause for our highlight reel can't fill the emptiness left by hiding our true selves. Because what they see isn't the whole us, it's the highlight reel. The messy, complicated, beautiful reality is left off stage. The gap between who we are and who we pretend to be is where shame and disconnection thrive. It's in that space that we start to question our own worth. So, what does it mean to be authentic in a world that rewards performance? How do we find the courage to show up as ourselves, flaws and all? It's not about broadcasting every thought or having a perfectly consistent personality. Authenticity isn't about oversharing or being the same person in every situation. It's about the courage to be imperfect, to set boundaries, and to let our real selves be seen. It's about showing up honestly, even when it feels risky. It means letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we actually are. It's about accepting our contradictions, our struggles, and our growth. True authenticity is found in the moments we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to admit we don't have it all together, and to connect with others from that place of honesty. Authenticity is a practice, a conscious choice to show up and let ourselves be seen. It's a journey, not a destination, and it requires patience and self-compassion. And it's a choice we have to make, again and again. Each day we get to decide, will we hide behind the mask, or will we take the risk to be real? Social media connects us in ways that were unimaginable just a decade ago, letting us share our lives instantly with friends, family, and even strangers across the globe. But it's also a stage for comparison, where we measure our lives against carefully curated highlights from others. We become directors of our own brand, choosing the right filter, caption, and angle, crafting each post to show our best selves, even if it means hiding the rest. We're not just sharing moments. We're building a narrative of happiness and success, a highlight reel that often leaves out the struggles and imperfections. We post the perfect meal, not the failed attempts or the messy kitchen. The behind-the-scenes chaos is cropped out, replaced by a polished image. The smiling family photo is shared, while the tantrums, the arguments, and the everyday mess are left unseen. This curation is driven by our deep need for belonging and approval, a desire to be seen and accepted by others. Likes and comments become our metrics of worthiness, tiny digital rewards that can lift us up or leave us feeling invisible. We tailor our content for engagement, sometimes drifting further from our true experiences, shaping our stories to fit what we think others want to see. The question shifts from, "What do I feel?" to, "How will this look?" Our real emotions taking a back seat to the image we present. The gap between our online persona and private reality grows, and the pressure to keep up appearances can feel overwhelming. We worry that if people knew the real us, the messy, complicated, imperfect parts, they'd be disappointed or turn away. This fear keeps us performing, maintaining a fragile image that can be exhausting to uphold, always wondering if we're enough. True authenticity asks us to close that gap, to share our whole story, not just the shiny parts, and to let others see the real, unfiltered us. It's about choosing connection over currency, reality over reception, and finding the courage to be seen for who we truly are. Just be yourself. It's advice meant to empower, but often leaves us confused. Which self are we talking about? The one with family, friends, at work, or alone? Our identities are fluid, shaped by context and experience. Telling someone to just be yourself ignores the complexity of being human. For some, being themselves comes with real risks, challenging norms or facing prejudice. Instead of a hollow platitude, we need deeper questions. What are my values? When do I feel most alive? What am I afraid to show? Authenticity isn't a destination. It's a practice of self-discovery. It's about making choices that honor our inner truth, even when it's hard. And it's a journey, not a finished product. We often think authenticity means being the same everywhere, but that's a myth. The idea that we must present a single, unchanging version of ourselves in every situation is not only unrealistic, but it also limits our growth and connection with others. Think of your personality as a house with many rooms, each suited for a different purpose. Just as you wouldn't cook in your bedroom or sleep in your kitchen, you naturally bring out different aspects of yourself depending on where you are and who you're with. Each room has its own energy, its own function, and that's what makes your house a home. Adapting to context isn't fake, it's emotional intelligence. It's the ability to read the room, to sense what's needed, and to respond with care and awareness. This flexibility is a strength, not a flaw. We don't speak to our boss like we do to our best friend, and that's appropriate. Our relationships thrive when we honor the unique dynamics of each one, showing respect for boundaries and expectations. The core of who we are, our values, remains, even as our expression changes. Our actions may shift, but our guiding principles stay steady, like the foundation of a house that supports every room. Authenticity isn't rigid consistency, it's congruence. It's about being true to your values, even as you adapt your words and actions to fit the moment. This is what creates genuine connection. It's about aligning our actions with our values, no matter the context. When we do this, we act with integrity, and others can sense our sincerity. You can be a compassionate leader at work and a goofy parent at home. Both are real. Embrace your complexity. The different roles you play are not contradictions, but expressions of your full humanity. Honor the different rooms within your house of self. Each one holds a part of your story, and together, they create a richer, more vibrant whole. True authenticity doesn't require tearing down walls, but knowing your whole house. It's about understanding and accepting every part of yourself, even the ones you only show in certain spaces. When we accept our multifaceted selves, we free ourselves from the impossible standard of perfect consistency. We allow ourselves to grow, to change, and to show up fully in every area of our lives. Adapting isn't a betrayal. It's a celebration of our wholeness. It's how we honor both ourselves and the people around us. Show up with flexibility, grace, and understanding. Let your authenticity be the thread that weaves through every room, every role, and every relationship in your life. The paradox of authenticity. The harder you try to be authentic, the more fake you can feel. Monitoring every word and action turns authenticity into a performance. This hyper-awareness creates a new mask, one labeled authentic. Authenticity isn't a style to copy, it's an inside-out process. When we perform authenticity, we're still seeking external validation. True authenticity is about getting out of your head and into your life. Make choices that feel right in your gut, not ones that earn you the authentic label. It's about the courage to be messy and uncertain. Focus on being present, brave, and living by your values. Authenticity is a practice, not a perfect achievement. There will be missteps, but the goal is to keep returning to yourself with compassion. Show up as you are, imperfectly and honestly. We talk about finding ourselves as if our true self is a final destination. But we're not fixed beings, we're always evolving. To be authentic is to embrace who you're becoming, not cling to who you were. Growth can feel unsettling, but it's not a betrayal, it's natural. Like a tree shedding leaves, we move through seasons of change. Authenticity is about honoring your journey, not staying the same. Stay connected to your core values as your interests and perspectives shift. Your values are your anchor in the river of life. Embrace the fluid nature of self with compassion and patience. Celebrate who you are now, and hold space for who you're becoming. Let go of the need for a fixed identity. Authenticity is about faithfully walking your own evolving path. We're taught to hide our fears and imperfections, but vulnerability is the heart of connection. It's the courage to show up and be seen, even without control over the outcome. Authenticity and vulnerability go hand in hand. Vulnerability isn't oversharing. It's sharing with those who've earned our trust. It's about discernment and building safe spaces for connection. Practicing vulnerability can feel terrifying, but the alternative is disconnection. Start small. Share an insecurity. Admit you don't know. Apologize when you're wrong. Each act builds your vulnerability muscle. The risk of being seen is worth the reward of deeper connection. Authenticity blossoms when we have the courage to be vulnerable. Let go of who you think you should be. Allow yourself to be seen for who you truly are. In a noisy world, it's easy to lose our way. Core values are our internal compass, guiding our decisions and helping us live authentically. Many of us haven't consciously identified our values. Defining them is a powerful act of self-discovery. Ask, what makes me feel alive? What principles would I stand for, even if unpopular? Get clear on 2 or 3 core values. They become a filter for your choices. Value-based decisions move authenticity from abstract to practical. Living by your values isn't always easy. It requires courage and boundaries. But living out of alignment is far more painful. Your values are your anchor, holding you steady and guiding you home. They help you build a life that's truly your own. Perfectionism is the ultimate mask, keeping us from being seen. Authenticity requires the courage to drop this mask and embrace imperfection. True freedom is found in self-compassion, not self-criticism. When we make mistakes, offer yourself kindness, not judgment. Self-compassion creates the safety to learn, grow, and be resilient. Embracing imperfection lets us be present, creative, and deeply connected. People connect with humanity, not perfection. Our cracks let the light in and invite others to be real with us. Shift your goal from being perfect to being whole. Integrate all parts of your story, successes, failures, strengths, and struggles. Show up, imperfections and all, and know you are worthy of love and belonging. Authenticity isn't a destination. It's a lifelong journey. There will be times of connection and times of feeling lost. The goal isn't to never get lost, but to find your way back to yourself. Embrace your unfolding story with curiosity and grace. Let go of the need for a tidy narrative. Life is messy, and so are we. Authenticity is owning your whole story, not just the good parts. Find beauty in the mess and strength in the struggle. Practice self-acceptance. Become your own safe harbor. Release the pressure to have it all figured out. Embrace authenticity as a way of being, grounded in courage, compassion, and connection. Show up day after day as your true, imperfect, ever-evolving self. In doing so, you give others permission to do the same. You are enough right now exactly as you are.